Many of us, bless our gassy little hearts, love to joke that if your farts are frequent, loud, and capable of rattling windows, you've clearly got a digestive system of steel. A true eat anything, digest anything champion. We basically high-five each other for turning our insides into a sonic boom factory. But, plot twist, this isn't a sign of a robust gut. It's more like your internal organs are staging a dramatic plea for help. Time to ditch that fart louder, live healthier, folks, before your digestive system sends you an eviction notice. Now, don't get us wrong. A good old bottom burp, or flatulence for the scientifically inclined, is totally normal. It just means your digestive party is in full swing, usually with a gentle murmur. However, if your gut is suddenly hosting a continuous symphony of foghorns featuring unexpected volume spikes and an encore every 5 minutes, it's not a healthy gut expressing itself. It's an emergency broadcast from your intestines, probably with flashing red lights and a tiny, desperate voice shouting, "Mayday!" Science, the ultimate party pooper, tells us that excessive, booming flatulence usually means you've got a gas buildup equivalent to a hot air balloon convention in your intestines, which then makes a rather forceful exit when your exit door decides to open. Basically, your gut's tiny, bustling city of microbes has gone topsy-turvy. The good guys, your friendly neighborhood bacteria, are on vacation, and the bad guys, the gas-generating hooligans, have thrown a wild, uncontrolled fermentation party, turning your insides into a bubbly, gaseous nightmare.
These minor signs, which you might brush off as your body just being extra, could actually be early whispers of chronic colitis or a brewing microbial rebellion. So that extra might be a red flag. Instead of patting yourself on the back for a strong stomach, dear reader, it's time to put on your detective hat. Ignoring these intestinal distress signals could lead to your gut staging an even bigger protest, complete with ulcers and serious digestive drama, not to mention ruining your social life with impromptu gas attacks. Sweep these early warnings under the rug, and you might miss your chance to evict those gas-guzzling squatters before they've fully settled in and started paying rent. So let's get serious, but not too serious, and update our gut etiquette for the sake of science and your future social calendar, right here on the Healthy Old Age channel.
Your body, bless its communicative heart, is constantly chatting with you through daily signals. Learning to decipher these body whispers is key to a long, happy, and less gassy life. Now, let's play a fun game called Is My Fart a Biohazard? Beyond the volume and frequency, does your flatulence arrive with an olfactory assault that makes small children weep and paint peel? Normally, your body's natural gas emissions are relatively polite, but when your digestive system goes on strike, undigested food bits turn into a gourmet buffet for stink bomb bacteria, who then proceed to throw a really foul-smelling party. That unpleasant aroma? It's often hydrogen sulfide, a lovely byproduct of protein and fat digestion hitting a massive traffic jam. This leads to a toxic buildup from a full-blown fermentation rave in your large intestine. Aside from making elevator rides incredibly awkward and turning you into a social pariah, this potent perfume is a neon red sign screaming that the bad bacteria have officially staged a hostile takeover of your gut.
Another wildly common symptom you shouldn't just shrug off is your bowel movements deciding to become as unpredictable as a reality TV show plot twist. One day you're experiencing a multi-day no-poop saga, only to suddenly switch to an emergency code brown situation, alternating between liquid surprise and a general digestive free-for-all. Your gut basically can't make up its mind. This chaotic combo, especially when paired with your newfound ability to clear a room with a single gust, is your gut whispering, or rather shouting, that your bowel movements are off-kilter and your colon lining might be secretly throwing an inflammatory tantrum. Many of you have also confessed to feeling like a human hot air balloon, perpetually bloated and uncomfortably jiggly after every meal. It's like your belly is auditioning for a role as a permanent food baby. Does it feel like you've swallowed a bowling ball and your food is just staging a sit-in, refusing to move? That about-to-pop feeling, especially after indulging in fatty or protein-rich meals, is a glaring neon sign that your gut microbes are having a full-blown meltdown, and your body's ability to absorb nutrients has gone on an extended coffee break.
These seemingly minor, disconnected hiccups are actually all part of the same dramatic digestive opera, signaling that your gut is utterly exhausted and desperately needs a spa day, or, proper medical attention. To understand why your body is suddenly a gas factory, let's peek into those daily habits you might not even realize are contributing to the internal ruckus. First up, and a surprisingly common culprit, you're accidentally swallowing enough air to inflate a small bouncy castle. If you're scoffing down food like it's a race, barely chewing, or having a lively debate while simultaneously eating, you're essentially funneling a significant amount of air straight into your stomach and intestines. Think of it as involuntary air guzzling. Constant gum chewing, puffing on cigarettes, or slurping overly hot drinks are all VIP tickets for air to crash your digestive party, accumulate, and eventually make a powerful, often noisy, exit through your back door.
Beyond your intake habits, your daily food choices play a starring role in your gut's gas production. Some foods, bless their nutritious hearts, come packed with sugars or fibers that your body just can't quite get a handle on initially. Take beans, for instance. Soybeans, black beans, lentils. They're basically tiny gas grenades. When they hit your large intestine, your friendly neighborhood bacteria throw a hydrogen and methane generating rave, turning your gut into a chemical factory. Cruciferous veggies like cabbage and cauliflower, along with garlic and onions, are also notorious for turning your belly into a drum and your farts into a symphony after a meal. Even fizzy drinks and alcohol come preloaded with bubbles. Down them and you're essentially adding more air to the internal pressure cooker, guaranteeing your farts will achieve concert hall volume.
Another crucial factor to watch out for is attempting to eat like it's your last meal on Earth or having a midnight snack feast. When your stomach and intestines are forced to process a monstrous amount of food when your body should be hitting snooze, your digestive system has to work overtime, leading to excessive fermentation and an extra helping of gas. This gets even gassier for those who have a polite disagreement with lactose or fructose. Without the right digestive enzymes, these sugars bypass the small intestine and march straight to the large intestine, becoming a 5-star meal for bad bacteria, who then reward you with truly epic smells and enough gas to launch a small rocket. Finally, chronic constipation is the silent but deadly saboteur, causing immense discomfort. When waste hangs around in your colon longer than an unwelcome relative, bacteria get extra time to decompose it, generating even more gas, which means your farts will not only be frequent, but will also come with a biohazard warning label. All these habits and bodily protests are screaming that your digestive system is officially on overload and desperately needs you to hit the reset button on your lifestyle, starting today, to avoid a full-blown gut rebellion. Deep inside your belly, you're hosting a colossal biological factory, a bustling metropolis teeming with trillions of microorganisms, all living and working, or sometimes causing chaos together. For your digestive system to run smoothly like a well-oiled machine, minus the actual oil, hopefully, your body needs a perfect balance between its good guy bacteria and its naughty list microbes. In a healthy gut, beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium are like diligent bouncers, breaking down food, helping you absorb nutrients, and generally keeping the bad guy bacteria from throwing a destructive party.
However, thanks to things like questionable eating habits, the inevitable march of time, aka aging, or a misguided antibiotic binge, this delicate balance can crumble, leading to a gut microbiome civil war. When your beneficial bacteria bouncers are understaffed, the naughty microbes, like E. coli and Clostridium, immediately seize the opportunity to throw a rampant, chaotic takeover party. Imagine this. Instead of your fats, proteins, and carbs being politely digested and absorbed in your small intestine, they're unceremoniously shoved straight down to your large intestine. There, they become a lavish, all-you-can-eat buffet for the bad bacteria, who then proceed to ferment everything with wild abandon, like teenagers at an unsupervised house party. And that, my gassy friends, is the core scientific explanation for why your belly is suddenly capable of launching rockets. During this rogue fermentation process, the naughty bacteria unleash a spectacular array of gases. First up, hydrogen and methane, the dynamic duo of internal pressure. They accumulate in such quantities that your gut feels like an overinflated balloon, leading to that uncomfortable bloating and those delightfully loud escape artist farts. Even more charming, the bad bacteria's protein-digesting antics also create hydrogen sulfide. This is the villain behind the truly noxious room-clearing odors that accompany your flatulence, a sure sign your internal environment is as polluted as a bad science experiment.
Numerous fancy medical studies have shown that if you've got irritable bowel syndrome or colitis, your gut's good guy bacteria are often on permanent holiday, while the gas-producing bacteria are working overtime, like tiny, overzealous fart spurts. This quantity and quality control issue in your microbial workforce essentially turns your intestines into a permanent fermentation vat, resulting in constant bloating, unpredictable bathroom sprints, and a never-ending symphony of flatulence. Understanding this epic microbial battle raging within your belly helps you realize that bringing in some reinforcement, those beneficial bacteria bouncers, is absolutely essential to restore order and sanity to your digestive kingdom. Letting these beneficial bouncers remain in short supply will lead to health consequences far more dramatic than just a few awkward moments. We're talking about a full-scale health rebellion. That excessive gas production and continuous flatulence, it's your colon screaming for help under immense daily pressure from a toxic fermentation party gone wild. Left unaddressed, this is like giving inflammation a VIP pass to spread, potentially leading to serious colon ulcers. And trust me, you don't want those. At that point, recovery becomes a real uphill battle, expensive, and a complete pain in the, well, you get the picture, because the damage has already burrowed deep into your intestinal lining.
Did you know that about 70% of your entire body's immune cells are hanging out in your digestive tract? They're basically throwing a daily defense strategy meeting there. So, when your gut's microbial balance is off kilter for too long, this crucial protective shield gets seriously downgraded, leaving you vulnerable to every sniffle and sneeze that comes your way, thanks to a weakened immune system. And it doesn't stop there. A perpetually grumpy gut directly interferes with your body's ability to actually absorb those vital vitamins and minerals from your daily meals. The result? A sneaky, creeping nutrient deficiency, leaving you feeling perpetually exhausted, sluggish, looking a bit like a ghost, and visibly wasting away, even if you're still eating like a normal human. Beyond the physical woes, your mental well-being and social life will also take a dramatic nosedive, all thanks to the sheer awkwardness of your digestive dramatics. Frequent smelly farts, mysterious abdominal aches, and that "I just ate a balloon" feeling after meals will quickly erode your confidence, making you dread social gatherings and even quiet moments with your grandkids. Who wants to be the person responsible for the stink cloud at the family picnic, especially if your flatulence suddenly goes into overdrive and stays there for over 2 weeks despite your best efforts to reform your diet? Consider this a medical bat signal. Pay very close attention because your gut might be subtly trying to tell you it's got some serious underlying issues brewing. Ignoring these early warning signs is like ignoring a ticking bomb in your colon. The consequences can be truly catastrophic down the line. So, taking proactive steps to nurture and restore a healthy gut environment is your absolute best bet for maintaining your vigor and enjoying a joyous, less gassy golden age.
To give your digestive system a much-needed break and rein in those overzealous farts, the first and most crucial step is to perform a full-scale culinary interrogation of your daily menu. At the very top of the guaranteed to make you a human air horn list are beans. Yes, the infamous musical fruit. Your familiar friends, soybeans, black beans, red beans, peas, and lentils are packed with oligosaccharides. Sounds fancy, right? Well, these are complex sugars that your body, unfortunately, doesn't have the full enzyme arsenal to break down completely in the small intestine. So, when they hit your large intestine, your resident bacteria throw an epic methane-generating party, resulting in that delightful bloat and a constant symphony from your derriere. For those already battling a grumpy gut, it's best to either politely decline these legume invitations or, if you must partake, cook them until they practically beg for mercy, eat them in tiny, strategic portions, and then observe your body's gaseous response like a scientist studying a volatile experiment.
Next up, the cruciferous vegetable posse. Often hailed as health heroes, they can unfortunately turn into villains for gas-prone bellies. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and kale are loaded with FODMAPs, fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. Essentially, fancy names for short-chain carbs that your gut sometimes struggles with. These hard-to-absorb sugars become a bacterial buffet in your large intestine, leading to a surge in gas production and that delightful feeling of being a perpetually inflated balloon. To still get your green goodness without turning into a blimp, try cooking these veggies until they're practically mush, or keep your portions tiny, or pivot to gentler veggies like pumpkin, carrots, or sweet potatoes. Your gut will thank you with fewer protest noises. Another beverage category demanding your undivided gassy attention: fizzy drinks, beer, and alcohol. These beverages are essentially pre-bottled gas bombs loaded with carbon dioxide. Chug them down, and that gas makes a beeline to your intestines, increasing internal pressure and guaranteeing your farts will achieve operatic levels of volume and frequency. Plus, alcoholic drinks often rile up your gut bacteria, making them work overtime to produce even more and often smellier gas. It's like they're having a drunken flatulence competition.
Finally, let's talk about dairy, milk, ice cream, cheese, the creamy culprits. Many of us, as we gracefully age into our golden years, develop a rather unfortunate inability to handle lactose. Basically, our bodies decide they're too old to produce enough of the enzyme needed to digest milk sugar. The result? Undigested milk sugar takes a direct route to the large intestine, where bacteria happily break it down, rewarding you with sour-smelling farts, abdominal cramps, and an urgent dash to the nearest restroom. If your belly stages a protest every time you sip fresh milk, try switching to lactose-free alternatives or well-fermented yogurts. That way you still get your nutrients without your gut throwing a full-blown bloating and indigestion tantrum. Beyond natural offenders, pay extra attention to artificial sweeteners and diet products, those sneaky imposters in your low-calorie treats. Substances like sorbitol, mannitol, and xylitol are often found lurking in sugar-free gum, diet candies, and zero-calorie drinks. They sound innocent, right? Their special characteristic is that your small intestine gives up trying to absorb them, sending them straight to the large intestine.
Your colon rolls out the red carpet for an all-you-can-eat gas-producing bacteria feast. The grand finale? Your intestines throw a full-blown gas party, leading to a constant symphony of flatulence and a belly that feels like it's hosting a very uncomfortable hot air balloon festival. An innocent habit that secretly turns you into an involuntary air-swallowing champion is frequent gum chewing. Each chew is like a tiny pump, funneling a whole lot of unnoticed air straight into your internal pressure cooker. This accidental air, mingling with your regular digestive gases, creates an epic pressure buildup. The result? Your anal sphincter, bless its heart, can only hold back the inevitable for so long before a powerful, unmistakable escape occurs. Pungent spices like onions, garlic, or even some mushrooms are culinary saboteurs. They're packed with hard-to-digest compounds that once in your colon don't just ferment into more gas, they also add an extra oomph to the aroma, turning your everyday toot into a full-blown olfactory assault. And let's not forget the greasy, deep-fried delights in processed junk food. They're like snooze buttons for your stomach, slowing down digestion and giving those gas-happy bacteria extra time to party and produce even more internal atmospheric disturbances, causing prolonged bloating and discomfort. Time to play detective with your diet. Ditching these gas-inducing culprits and additives will give your digestive system a much-needed spa day. Instead of overdoing it with strong spices or artificial sugars, opt for healthier eating habits to keep your tummy serene and less prone to staging its own private air show throughout your day.
Now, to counter all that gaseous chaos, let's talk about recruiting some gut superheroes to nurture and restore your digestive system. It's a crucial step to turn down the volume on your farty symphonies and get those gut bacteria back in line. First on the roster, natural probiotics. Think of them as the tiny beneficial bouncers for your gut club. Unsweetened, low-fat yogurt is your VIP pass to boosting good bacteria, helping to quiet those digestive tantrums, defuse belly bloat, and get your bathroom routine running smoother than a buttered slide. Don't forget the fermented superstars like pickles, sauerkraut, kimchi, or even fermented drinks like kombucha and kefir. These are like tiny microbial architects ready to rebuild and rebalance your battle-scarred gut microbiome. For those tummy spasms and balloon-like sensations, ginger is your spicy knight in shining armor. A warm ginger tea or a few slices in your soup can soothe your stomach, speed up digestion, and prevent your belly from turning into an uncomfortable drum. Next up, nature's own digestive aids, ripe bananas, pineapple, and papaya.
These fruits come preloaded with enzymes that break down complex proteins, stopping food from lingering, fermenting, and causing a full-blown gas crisis in your gut. When it comes to veggies, choose the less gassy and easy-to-process crowd: cucumbers, pumpkin, beets, or carrots. And sweet potatoes, if cooked well and eaten in moderation, are like a gentle fiber hug for your digestive system without throwing a gas-producing tantrum. Don't overlook the mild-mannered whole grains like oats and brown rice. They're packed with soluble fiber and beta-glucans, the gourmet meal for your good bacteria, helping to keep things moving smoothly and reduce any inflammatory drama in your colon. You should also pay attention to prebiotic-rich foods, which are like a special buffet for your beneficial bacteria. Fruits like kiwi, mango, and artichokes offer antioxidants and special fibers that help your gut flora throw a healthy, thriving party. Finally, healthy fats from avocados, walnuts, and olive oil are like the lubricant for your digestive engine, making sure everything runs smoothly, reducing inflammation, and helping your body soak up all those good nutrients. Cleverly weaving these foods into your daily meals will turn your belly into a Zen master, bringing comfort back and dramatically cutting down on those embarrassing oops moments.
Now, even if you've been a diet detective and a lifestyle guru, for those with long-standing digestive drama or chronic colitis, your gut microbiome might be in dire need of an intervention. Just a spoonful of yogurt or a pickle simply won't cut it to restore inner peace. That's why I'm here to introduce a next-level, scientifically advanced solution, LPO Colon. This isn't your grandma's probiotic, it's a multi-strain, high-concentration live spore probiotic, a true marvel of modern gut tech. What makes LPO Colon the VIP of probiotics? It's all about the spores. Imagine regular probiotics as delicate seedlings, easily zapped by your stomach's highly acidic acid bath before they even reach their intended destination. But LPO Colon spore probiotics, think of them as tiny, super-armored seeds, clad in an indestructible protective shell. This superhero shield allows them to laugh in the face of stomach acid and bile, cruising right through the digestive gauntlet. Only when they've safely landed in your intestines, finding a comfy, favorable environment, do these spore seeds sprout into powerful, mission-ready, beneficial bacteria.
Each 5-milliliter vial of LPO Colon packs a whopping 3 billion spore probiotics from the Bacillus family. Once they hit their gut, they're like tiny peacekeepers, quickly restoring balance between the good guys and the bad guys. The result? You'll notice a speedy improvement in those annoying symptoms like bloating, excessive gas, finally some peace and quiet, and uncomfortable post-meal tummy aches. Not only that, but the product is a fantastic troubleshooter for bathroom dilemmas, whether you're stuck with stubborn constipation or dealing with a case of the runs, by naturally rebalancing your gut environment. LPO Colon is also a trusty sidekick for those battling colitis or irritable bowel syndrome. Think of it as your gut's personal bodyguard. It's a tasteless, odorless liquid, super easy to swallow, and perfect for daily convenience. And because it's so safe, even your little ones can join the gut healing party. Just remember, it's a dietary supplement to support digestion, not a magical cure-all drug.
Giving your gut the right kind of super tough good bacteria is like handing it the master key to a healthy, well-oiled digestive system right from the root. To truly put your mind at ease and maybe even convince your skeptical aunt, let me share some solid scientific proof right from Vietnam. LPO Colon bravely endured rigorous clinical trials with its dazzling results published in a reputable medical research journal, the official mouthpiece of our very own Ministry of Health's Medical Research Institute. This fancy study, titled High Concentration Multi-Strain Bacillus Spore Probiotics Supporting Chronic Enteritis Treatment, dropped some seriously convincing data on the medical community. For this epic trial, experts blind tested LPO Colon against a placebo on 60 patients with gut issues. One group got the usual hospital ho-hum treatment, while the other got to sip on LPO Colon, one vial 3 times a day for a glorious 30 days, in addition to their regular care. The results after this monitored gastro-adventure were truly remarkable, offering a beacon of hope. After just 7 days, the LPO Colon group started seeing significant improvements in their daily digestive dramas. Less bloating, less gassy fanfare, fewer dull tummy aches, and a much improved potty schedule.
By the end of the 30-day trial, doctors did a grand assessment using the IBDQ-32 score, a fancy metric for chronic enteritis sufferers' quality of life. The LPO Colon crew scored a whopping 177.3, compared to the control group's paltry 157.8. This statistically significant difference meant patients weren't just ditching physical discomfort, they were feeling healthier, more confident, and generally happier, less grumpy, more gung-ho about life. And here's the kicker. Colonoscopies on day 30 revealed dramatically reduced inflammation and ulcers in the LPO colon users' colons. Plus, all their blood and biochemical tests were perfectly normal. No weird side effects to report. This led the experts to declare LPO colon not just a champion in supporting chronic inflammatory bowel diseases like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, but also a super safe superhero for your insides. These chatty numbers from a top-notch scientific study right here in Vietnam are your clearest invitation to trust this solution for safeguarding your colon's well-being.
So why are these spore probiotics such gut-healing wizards? The secret lies in the Bacillus strain's incredibly clever and resilient action plan. When you swallow them, their super sturdy protective shell makes them practically invincible against your stomach's fierce acid and small intestine's bile. This guarantees that most of these good guys make it safely to your colon, ready for action. Once they've found their comfy gut home, these spores awaken, sprout into active probiotics, and get straight to work, rapidly rebuilding your gut's ecosystem. Post-sprouting, these Bacillus buddies embark on their most crucial mission, directly competing for prime real estate on your gut lining with the bad bacteria. Imagine them as tiny, highly motivated security guards, swiftly taking over strategic positions to evict any unwelcome disease-causing squatters from your intestines.
But wait, there's more. As they grow, these good bacteria also churn out natural antibiotics and a whole arsenal of essential digestive enzymes. These enzymes are like super-efficient waste disposal experts, thoroughly breaking down leftover proteins, fats, and sugars. This efficient cleanup completely shuts down the bad bacteria's stinky fermentation parties. No lingering food, no squatting bad bacteria, no more excessive gas production. Problem solved. The glorious outcome? Those pesky symptoms like bloating, excessive and perhaps embarrassingly loud gas, and unpredictable constipation or diarrhea will significantly improve. This is how these spore probiotics naturally give your gut a deep clean and a soothing massage. Restoring a balanced microbiome doesn't just silence the noisy farts and eliminate the mystery odor, it also gives your colon's lining a much-needed vacation to heal from long-standing damage.
Now, while a little toot-toot here and there is a normal sign of a working digestive system, there are times when you absolutely positively should not play doctor. If your farts are accompanied by certain red flags, it's time to book an urgent appointment with a specialist to rule out any hidden digestive monsters. First red flag to watch out for: if your excessive gas comes with severe, prolonged abdominal pain, intense cramping, or a constant urge to hurl. This could be your gut screaming for help, signaling a blockage or acute inflammation that needs immediate medical attention. No DIY remedies, please. Also, if your bathroom habits suddenly go rogue, persistent diarrhea, alternating constipation, or any unusual artistic impressions in your stool, like blood or mucus, these are not things to simply wave away. They deserve a professional peek.
Another crucial warning sign: unexplained rapid weight loss coupled with persistent fatigue, even if you're eating and living normally. This usually means your digestive system's nutrient absorption superpowers are under attack by some stealthy underlying disease. You also need to pay attention to the scent and frequency of your personal air disbursements. If your gas suddenly starts smelling like a biohazard, changes dramatically, and persists even after you've diligently avoided gas-producing culprits, that's a serious red alert for your gut health. Especially if increased flatulence continues for over 2 weeks without improvement, despite lifestyle tweaks. It's time to consult a doctor for a thorough checkup and some expert advice. Catching these gut glitches early won't just make the fix easier, it'll also save you from bigger health headaches down the road, ensuring a peaceful and joy-filled life.
To get the absolute best out of your LPO probiotic, you'll need to commit to a grand gut makeover journey lasting anywhere from 1 to 6 months. Think of it as a long-term relationship with your digestive system, not a one-night stand. Rebuilding your gut's ecosystem isn't an overnight miracle. It takes time for those spore probiotics to sprout, dig in their roots, and establish a harmonious, lasting balance within your colon. Be sure to stick to the prescribed dosage and follow professional advice religiously to give that bloating, excessive gas, and erratic bathroom behavior a swift, decisive eviction notice. And while you're busy populating your gut with good bacteria, don't forget those simple yet super effective habits. Chew your food like it's a gourmet meal, not a race, and actively steer clear of the gas-producing culprits that I've so helpfully and humorously shared.
Well, folks, we've officially gassed our way through an epic quest, delving deep into the mysterious origins and unearthing the most practical solutions to safeguard your precious gut when it decides to host an unexpected wind symphony. Because let's face it, a healthy digestive system is the true foundation for enjoying those golden years without constantly apologizing or subtly blaming the dog. If this pungent wisdom has brought you any value, or simply made you feel less alone in your struggles, please hit that like button, leave a comment with your own discreet experiences, and share this vital info with anyone whose company you truly appreciate. And whatever you do, smash that subscribe button for the Healthy Old Farts channel. That way we can continue our noble mission of dissecting bodily peculiarities in future enlightening and hopefully less odorous videos. Besides today's groundbreaking revelations, what other wonderfully weird health topics are keeping your internal gears grinding? Let us know below. Until next time, keep your pants unsoiled and your dignity intact.